This is beautiful. Wow. Well, let's go check this place out. I finally made it. Way up here up north. Short trail, long trail. I'm going long trail. Here we go. You're going to see some of the most beautiful green landscape and some of the coldest, wonderful springs of water coming straight out of the Mount Hermon in this video. As we know, Dan was the fifth son of Jacob. Jacob was one of the patriarchs who had 12 sons, who those 12 sons ended up being the 12 tribes of Israel. And Dan was this fifth son. When the Israelites returned to this land after the great Exodus, the 12 sons, the 12 tribes were given pieces of the land. Dan was given this part of the land, up here in the north. Well, there's a short trail and a long trail. I guess you already figured out I'm definitely taking the long trail. Now, walking through this place is absolutely beautiful. It is so amazing. The water running, you know, we're in the wintertime right now, so there's a lot of water running through these streams. All the snow still that's melting off of the Mount Hermon and just coming down through here. All this greenery, these trees, beautiful, beautiful foliage. Wow. I hope you can hear me over the sound of this running water. But these are usually streams. This is a river. This is beautiful. Wow, what a wonderful gift to see this in the land of Israel, huh? All this beautiful running water. The stream is so high that it's all in the trail. Wow. So after the division of the kingdom, Jeroboam built two places of worship. One of them was right here in Tel Dan, and the other one was in Beth El. So this is that place that was written about in the Bible. This metal frame you see around it is just to show you, so you can get a feel of what it was like back then, the size and what it looked like. The actual stones that were used to build this altar were later used to build the rest of the things you see in this site, like the old ancient city of Dan and everything else. So on top of this altar would have stood the golden calf of the pagan worshipers. And right over here is where we read about the high place where they would have made their sacrifices. By the way, in Hebrew, this is called bama, which is a closer word to a stage in English. So not all the history in this place is so tragic. Let's go look at other places. Well, here I am in the trenches, literally. I'm in the trenches. This is right on the Lebanese border, the very tip of Israel, right here in the north. Well, I want to take a second out of this video. Looking at these trenches really tugged at my heart and made me feel like I wanted to share something with you guys. As you can see right here, we're on the very tip of the northern part of Israel. This is the border. Everything you see right over that line, right over there, stone throws away, is Lebanon. You can see the villages and the houses, that's Lebanon. The mountain in front of us, that's Lebanon. So we're right on the very tip of the country. Now this video deals with a lot of ancient history, 6,000, 4,000 years ago. So let's jump forward, way forward, right? Okay, a few thousand, 4 to 6,000 years forward. In our timeline now. You can see right here behind me the trenches that the Israeli used up until recent history, actually up until 1967, up until the Six-Day Wars. Israeli soldiers were in these trenches guarding the northern border of this country. Up until then, that's how we used to guard these places. Now we have technology and everything else, and we have, you know, it's a whole different type of warfare nowadays. But up until 1967, IDF soldiers were in these trenches watching over here over Lebanon, keeping the country safe. stopping invasion, stopping whatever, everything you can think of, what soldiers do in trenches. This is where IDF soldiers sit and wait, and inside of this place that you've been looking at, spending many hours and many days just sitting and waiting and watching for the next attack from Lebanon. So like I said, being an IDF soldier myself, I just felt we needed to stop a second and give this place the respect that it deserves. Could you imagine being an IDF soldier, being a young man in these trenches, right next to the gate Abraham walked through, answering the call of God and making the nation of Israel, coming to here, to Israel, to Beersheba, and starting the nation, the father of our nation, standing guard right here, right beside that gate, keeping that gate and the rest of the country to your back in the south safe. I'm almost jealous of him, actually. I don't know why, but it really must have been something special. Well, let's get back to the video. I just wanted to take a second for that. By the way, we talked quite a bit about the division of the 12 tribes in our Tel Shiloh video. You can go back and check that out in our video library if you'd like. Tel Shiloh is actually the exact spot where they gathered after being back in Israel, the land of Israel, to separate and divide the land to the 12 tribes. So that's a pretty interesting video. And plus it was the place of the tabernacle, so it's a good video to watch if you haven't watched it. So Dan, the tribe of Dan, was given this part of the country, and this is the very, as you noticed, the very tip of the country. It's the northernest part of the country, bordering Lebanon. So this is the land that the tribe of Dan got. As you look around here, you can see the remains of the ruins of the homes and the places of dwelling and everything else of the Israelites. And this is where the Israelite city was on this spot. This spot, there was a few places. There was the Canaanite and Israelite. Even though this is the Israelites section and it was where the tribe of Dan, part of the tribe of Dan would have stayed, it's very interesting and beautiful. But we still haven't gotten to the most impressive and most amazing part of this site, which unfortunately is in a Canaanite site of the site, but it's still a wonderful history. So as you look around here, you can see the beautiful cobblestone road that they had leading up to the gate. This is the Israelite gate that they had made, and all the ruins of the homes and stuff they had here. Let's keep on going and go to the most significant part of this video, in my eyes. Well guys, we made it to what I would call the main attraction of this place. This is something special. As you walk through this site everywhere, you come across all of a sudden this gate, which until in our times, I would still call this an impressive gate. This is really something. I don't know how well it's coming out on camera. And plus it's all blocked off. And I think I'm actually in an area I'm not allowed to be, but this is for you guys. This is the Canaanite gate from the 18th century. This was the northern entrance to the Canaanite city at that time. Now, right behind the camera, from your perspective, where it looks like you're looking from, literally, I could throw a pebble and hit the fence of the Lebanon border. I mean, that's how far north we are. I mean, if there's someone standing in Lebanon right now at the southern tip, like I'm standing at the northern tip, and he would hear me talking, we could have a conversation. This is the oldest complete arched gate in the world. Now, if you remember, in Tel Ashkelon, we showed a gate which was the oldest arched gate in the world, but it wasn't complete. This one is a little bit newer, but it's complete. The arch is not broken. Well, this gate is way more significant than the gate that we showed in Ashkelon. Not that the one in Ashkelon was not as significant. There's a lot of interesting things happen there, and it's a biblical scriptures that were related to the entrance to that gate right there. When Abraham, with his great faith and obedience to our Lord God, came to Israel, came to this land, then this was the gate that he actually walked through when he entered the land of Israel. I mean, wow. This gate right here, what you're looking at right here, Abraham answering the call of God to come to this land and make a nation, he walked through that gate. I mean, I could stand here for hours. I mean, you could say it all started right here when he walked through those gates. I mean, well, keep a watch out this coming Thursday. Obviously, finally coming back to these places, showing you some beautiful history of this land. I'll be doing the 360-degree videos. So keep an eye out on Thursday and make sure and watch that 360-degree video where you can play it on your phone, and just as you walk around with the video, moving it around, you'll be able to see any angle you would like to see as the video is playing. So keep an eye out for that. Now, right here where this arch is, you can see it, and you can see where the darker dirt is just filled in. That's probably why the gate was preserved for 4,000, 6,000 years. You can see the base down here of the rocks of the walls of the gate. This really is something special. I'll say it again. Wow. Well, that's a pretty good, powerful place to bring this video to an end. Looking at that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed putting this one together. Coming here and seeing this gate. If you haven't yet, please join us on thegoldenreport.com and being a part of our ministries of saving the Jewish lives and feeding the hungry here in the state of Israel. Until next week, God bless.